లయోలా అకాడమీ డిగ్రీ పీజీ కళాశాలలో 43వ వార్షికోత్సవ వేడుకలు ఘనంగా నిర్వహించారు. ఈ కార్యక్రమానికి ముఖ్య అతిథులుగా మేఘాలయ ముఖ్యమంత్రి కర్నల్ కొంకల్ సంగ్మా, స్పెషల్ చీఫ్ సెక్రటరీ తెలంగాణ ఆర్థిక శాఖ రామకృష్ణారావు హాజరయ్యారు. ఈ కార్యక్రమంలో విద్యా రంగంలో అత్యుత్తమ ప్రతిభ కనబరిచిన వివిధ విభాగాలకు చెందిన 73 మంది విద్యార్థులకు మొమెంటో ప్రదానం చేశారు. అంతేకాకుండా వివిధ విభాగాలకు చెందిన అధ్యాపకుల సేవలకు గుర్తింపుగా వారిని సన్మానించారు. మేఘాలయ ముఖ్యమంత్రి మాట్లాడుతూ హైదరాబాద్లోని లయోలా కళాశాల విద్యార్థులను సమాజానికి ఉత్తమ పౌరులుగా అందించడంలో ప్రముఖ పాత్ర పోషిస్తుందని కళాశాల యాజమాన్యాన్ని అభినందించారు. దేశాభివృద్ధికి యువత ముఖ్య పాత్ర పోషించాలని, దానికై క్రమశిక్షణ అలవర్చుకోవాలని విద్యార్థులను కోరారు. కె రామకృష్ణారావు మాట్లాడుతూ నేటి విద్యార్థులే భావితరాలకు ప్రతినిధులు కాబట్టి ప్రస్తుత పరిస్థితులకు అనుకూలంగా నైపుణ్యాలను పెంచుకోవాలని, భావితరాలకు స్ఫూర్తిగా నిలవాలని ఆకాంక్షించారు. ఈ కార్యక్రమంలో లయోలా అకాడమీ ప్రిన్సిపల్ రేవా, ఫాదర్ డాక్టర్ ఏఎల్ జోజిరెడ్డి, ఎస్జే రెక్టర్ రేవా, ఫాదర్ సిహెచ్ అమర్రావు, కరస్పాండెంట్ రేవా, ఫాదర్ డాక్టర్ ఇమాన్యుయల్, లయోలా డైరెక్టర్ ఆఫ్ ఎగ్జామ్స్ రేవా, ఫాదర్ తైనీస్, ఫాదర్ వైస్ ప్రిన్సిపల్ ఫాదర్ కేన్ అనిల్, వైస్ ప్రిన్సిపల్ ఫాదర్ సిహెచ్ ఆనంద్ కుమార్, కంట్రోలర్ ఆఫ్ ఎగ్జామినేషన్స్ వారణాసి జగదీష్, వివిధ విభాగాలకు చెందిన హెచ్ఓడీలు, అధ్యాపకులు, విద్యార్థులు పాల్గొన్నారు.
Result is great.
Of the chief guest.
Prominent and sacred traditions in Indian culture to begin any event by invoking the blessings of the Almighty in hopes of its fruition. In this spirit, I invite our mellifluous choir to commence the event with a prayer song and scripture reading. Understanding of human system and how to evolve it to its highest possibility. As much as I wouldn't mind listening to them longer, I think they're done with their part. Thank you, choir. Now, we have a beautiful composition of Bharat. Rector, Reverend Father Dr. S. Emmanuel, Correspondent, Reverend Father Dr. L. Joji Reddy, Principal, symbolizes brightness. And
He is proud son of former Chief Minister P.A. Sangma and former Speaker of Indian Parliament, the daughter of the largest democracy in the world. He is a political fulcrum of right, left, and soft entrepreneurial politics. He strongly believes and lives out that the words without actions are empty and actions without words are meaningless. Students, you will be very surprised and thrilled to know that he is an amalgamation of music, he is an amalgamation of sports and studies. Mind you, he can rock the stage with guitar. He can rouse the emotions of the spectator gallery with his sports. Better you guys learn to play guitar, not to be vagabonds, but learn to play guitar. A warm welcome to you.
Which includes vast, eco-friendly ambience, excellent infrastructure, and a reputation for its highest standards, which makes us Hyderabad's largest private college. Loyola Academy is managed and administered by the Jesuits belonging to the Society of Jesus. The college is ranked 9th position among all autonomous colleges by the education world, appreciating the achievements and qualitative pursuit of higher education needs. UGC has awarded Loyola Academy a rare
Bandhanadaram, Barmajiguda, Major Malkajagiri district, and also Gajagatlapalli, Medak district, under Unnat Bharat Abhiyan, the flagship program of Ministry of Education, Government of India for Rural Development.
Assistant Controller of Examinations. Reverend Father Dr. L. Joji Reddy SJ, the Principal, and Dr. Suresh Kumar published a review article on role of dietary iron revisited in metabolism, ferroptosis, and pathophysiology. Online research entailed by IFLU. Dr. Amal Administration published a chapter Impact of COVID-19 on Indian Business and Commerce. Dr. Veeraswamy,
KP Vivekananda Garu, MLA Kutbulapur. We welcome you, sir.
The guest of honor for today's program, Shri K. Ramakrishna Rao Garu, our Special Chief Secretary to Government of Telangana, the Principal of Loyola College, Reverend Father Dr. L. Joji Reddy Garu, our Rector, Reverend Father C.H. Amar Rao Garu, all the other dignitaries who are present here on the dais, all the Reverend Fathers, the former principals of the college, all the other Jesuit fathers who are present out here, all the sisters, all the teaching and non-teaching staff of Loyola College, and most importantly, all my dear students who are gathered here today to celebrate this 43rd College Day program of the Loyola Academy. At the very outset, I would first of all like to thank our principal, thank Sri Bala Reddy ji, and all the members of the organizing committee, including the student body, who had invited me here to be part of this very important celebration and program that you're having today. I have a really long speech. My team printed about 10 pages or 15 pages for me to read. So I want to ask you, shall I read it? Yeah, I also thought the same. I don't think I'm going to read this speech. It's just too long and it's too official. I was listening to the speech of Father Amar Rao, who was mentioning about my visit out here about 7 years back. And it feels like just yesterday. It was almost the same setup. And I was here with my late father, late P.S. Samma. He was the chief guest. I had just come here to I guess, carrying his bags. But it was such a great experience for me and such a great memory for me that when I got a call from Bala Reddy ji and from the principal, immediately those memories came back. And without any sense of hesitation, I didn't know my programs that day. That means today, what programs I would be having. But without any hesitation, I said yes, I would like to come because we have a very long association with Loyola College and with the Jesuits. And I always like to meet young people. That's another second part of it. Remember when Father had mentioned about my singing and the fact that my wife possibly fell in love with me because of my singing? You know what? It doesn't have any impact now. In fact, when I start singing, she runs away. So it's all over. Not only that, my hair also is getting white. So that doesn't help me much. So I thought that I'll cut my hair a bit short to look a bit younger. So being with young people makes me feel younger. That's another part. Have you noticed that most politicians are very old? So when I'm with the politicians and sitting and talking about different policies and issues that are important to the country and the state, you know, you start feeling old. And though I'm not that old, I think I am maybe one of the younger chief ministers of the country. But still, being with older people, you start acting and feeling old and start looking old also. So it's great to be with the young minds, the youth of our nation. I was sitting this morning with another young, very, very dynamic leader, none other than the Industries Minister of your state, Shri KTR Garuji, this morning. And we were having breakfast together. And listening to him speak was just another pleasure. And sharing his ideas and my ideas together, we didn't even realize, and we were sitting and talking for almost an hour and a half. And while talking to him, we were discussing about how Apple, the company, is almost a $3 trillion company. And India's GDP is not yet $3 trillion. Apple is made out of about 100,000 to 150,000 people working in it. That makes that company a $3 trillion, almost a $3 trillion company. And India has a population of 1.2 billion people, and we are not yet at 3 trillion. The productivity of each of the people working at Apple is so high that 100 and 150,000 people can create a value of close to 3 billion. The question is, why can't India, with 1 billion plus population, touch more than 3 trillion, 5 trillion, 10 trillion is what we need to get at. And the big question, and the important aspect of this is that it is up to the youth and how we shape them that is going to determine whether we are able to take this country forward to the level that this country deserves, to the level, the potential that we have. And you all know the potential that you have, the youth power that we have. Mold it in the right manner, and it will be the biggest constructive force for this nation. That is the principle that I believe in, and that is the reason why, when I was told, let us come to Loyola College, I was more than happy to be here with all of you and talk. And I will not take much time. I know that you are waiting for the cultural programs. You are not here to listen to a long political speech, but that's the reason I didn't read my speech. But I'm speaking to you from my heart. I'm speaking to you from my heart. I have not prepared my speech, trust me. It's a written speech. I always do this. I get up from my seat. From the time I get from my seat to the stage or to the podium, I just say 5-6 words in my heart. And those words are, Lord, please speak through me. Give me the thought, the mind, the words to speak what you would want me to speak on this day. And that's all. And then I just let him speak. So I truly believe that God today is present out here among us, and He's guiding me in the work that I'm doing. He's guiding me in what I'm saying here right now, and He's also guiding each and every one of you through our fathers and sisters, through our faculty out here, to be a good person. I say I don't want to use very big words out here. I always believe that each one of you has got special qualities. But what is important in your life is to be a good human being. Please remember that you will have different positions in your life, and some things may go as planned and something may not go as planned. But your humility should always be there. You should know where your background is and where you came from. Keep moving forward while you do. But remember to always be a good human being. And that value is what the Jesuits will teach you. You see, I keep telling people, Jesuits are very difficult people. Trust me. Very difficult. They're very strict. Very strict. Even the Salesians are very strict, but Jesuits are even more strict. So there was a story once. One of my friends who was in a boarding in the Jesuits, and he was telling me the story about one father who was really strict. I think his name was Father Anand, but there's another Father Anand here, but trust me, I'm not talking about you. So his name was Father Anand, I think. So what happened was he was so strict that the students were really scared of him. So one night, these boys, they came back to the hostel very late. Very, very late. So they were really scared, but somehow they managed to get into the rooms. Once they got into the room, then they, just quietly, they managed to get into the dormitory, and they managed to get into towards their beds. And suddenly a voice came out. Who is this? So the students jumped. My God, who are you? They said. And father said, this is a ghost. So the students just said, thank God, we thought it was Father Anand. So that's how the Jesuits are. But let me tell you, what Mr. Ramakrishna just mentioned to you. These are not just the best days of your life, but these are also the most important days of your life where you will be molded in the right manner. I keep telling people there is no second place or no option for the word discipline in your life. No matter what position you're in or whatever you're doing in life, you better be disciplined. Even a chief minister has to be disciplined. Even a chief secretary, special chief secretary in charge of finance has to be even more disciplined. And this discipline, I can tell you, Mr. Ramakrishnan will vouch for it. It didn't come in the last 1 year or 2 years or 10 years. It has been a part of his lifestyle from the days he started studying. So therefore, you may not like Father Anand or the other fathers. They may be very strict with you, but trust me, it is for your good. You know it better. And trust me, you will remember and thank them at some point in your life when you look back and see that how those moments and those situations disciplined you. So therefore, yes, it's tough, but these opportunities will always be there. And this will always mold you in the right manner. Just my last 2 points which I want to tell you, and I really swear I'll stop talking. The second last point which I want to tell you is that better make sure you have some kind of a direction that you want to go in life. And I can tell you this because, I have changed my career options maybe 10 times. When I was a small kid, like a lot of our, youngsters, you get motivated by the police force and the armed forces. And as you, see other aspects and you see other things and you get motivated. You may change your career options in life. You may, and you should, based on whatever happens. But you must have a direction towards which you're working. Having a goalless life is like running around and playing football without a goal post. You will never score a goal. You will never score a goal. You will keep kicking the ball and you will never score a goal. So better have a goal post in life and make sure that you work hard towards it. So my one, and I've got many things to tell you, but I will not go into that. One thing I want to say, have a goal, have a purpose, and let that purpose and goal be driven by passion in your life. And let prayers always be there. So purpose, passion, and prayer are things which I always believe in. PPP, they say. So we use PPP for other things, but I use it for passion, purpose first, passion, and prayer. So follow these three things, and I strongly feel that somewhere it will help you in your life. I'm not saying it's going to make a huge difference or change your life completely, but it will definitely have an impact. So to the youngsters who are the hope and the future of our country, have a purpose, have a passion, pray about it all the time to ensure that you have the strength in you to move forward. Because one thing that I can tell you, which I'm talking from personal experience, is that I have contested 5 times in my life, 5 elections, and I've lost twice, including the first election I contested. And you know what? I can't stop thanking God for having made sure I lost those elections. Because I learned almost 90% of politics and public life because I lost. And to a large extent, I am who I am today.
We all give it all to Mr. Conrad.
of songs to sing, but I just I'll sing this because I made all that speech out there, and then you might think it's not true. So I'll just sing something that linked to my what I said. So this is a Beatles song. It's called "Let It Be." Okay. It's going to be up and down a bit, okay? So don't leave. Don't run out. Yeah. And I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And in my hours of darkness, she is standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Oh, let it be. Speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And in my hours of darkness, she is standing right in front of me, speaking the words of wisdom, let it be. Thank you.
Felicitate our chief guest with a bouquet. First, our rector, Reverend Father C.H. Amarao, to honor Mr. Conrad with a shawl. May I now invite our rector, Reverend Father C.H. Amarao, to felicitate Dr. Mehta. Thank you, Father. I now request the correspondent, Reverend Father Dr. S. Emmanuel, to felicitate Dr. Mehta with the shawl. Thank you, Father. I now request our principal, Reverend Dr. L. Joji Reddy, to felicitate Dr. Mehta with the memento.